Hi, I'm Yuji Ishikata. I'm the nutritional chef for J-Sei. Food has always been around my family since a young age, whether it be grocery stores or uncles, aunties, grandmothers, cooking in restaurants, bakeries, and at a young age, I always worked in restaurants. Over time, I found a love for food, and especially me being half Japanese, my Japanese culture, kind of finding my roots through food. Especially because I'm Yonsei, fourth generation, I did feel kind of disconnected. So it's been a way for me to be able to kind of get in touch with my roots and finding the love of the simplicity of Japanese food, yet the complexity and the time it takes to do a recipe right or take the patience to make sure that you boil something to the right amount of time, or making sure that you're not rushing through that cooking process because it'll change everything, and the time and effort that's put into it shows in the final product. So to make the dashi broth for the miso soup, we're going to use kombu, bonito flakes at the end. We have our white miso right here, a little bit of mirin, and our garnishes will be a konnyaku noodle, tofu, napa cabbage, and green onions. You simmer the dashi for 20 to 30 minutes. Add the bonito flakes for 10 to 20 seconds just to infuse the flavor without making it too bitter. And once the dashi is boiling, we're going to whisk in the miso, and then we'll add all of our ingredients in and kind of let them melt together and cook in the miso soup. I've been cooking for about 8 years. I always find a way to eat different types of food or my favorite foods from different chefs because it helps me expand my palate. I didn't really have appreciation for my grandmother's food until she passed away, until I started really working more in Japanese restaurants. And for me to kind of tap back into that, being able to take older recipes and put my twist on it and trying to use my memory through my palate. The taste of my grandmother's food. I remember the smell of like rice vinegar and sushi rice and nori, or deep fried like kakiyaki, tempura. As the dashi is boiling, and I put napa cabbage in there to kind of give it a little more depth. Now it's boiling, I'm going to take out the kombu. And we're going to whisk in about a half cup of miso. You want to keep stirring it, otherwise it'll overflow, and you let the miso kind of disintegrate into the dashi. I'm going to turn off the fire, and I'm going to infuse the bonito flakes into the soup for about 10 to 20 seconds. Turn the fire back on. Make sure all the miso is disintegrated. And then we're going to add the konnyaku, the tofu, and you're going to let it simmer for about 5 minutes. now being the age of 34, I wish I would have kind of embraced my culture and the food culture, especially at a younger age, because as I try new dishes all the time or I see new recipes, I just get really excited and immersed in wanting to find out the root of why they cook that food or where it comes from. So if I could go back, I really, really would just soak up every single time I had with great aunties, uncles, grandparents, to be able to pick their brain, whatever they used to eat growing up from their grandparents or their parents, because I think it's a lost art, and that's something I'm trying to find. Once it comes to a simmer, turn off the fire. You can fill up the bowl with a little bit of everything. And we have a quick and easy miso soup.